Hi there, this is David. This briefing is meant to help you succeed in assignment number 4, the work breakdown structure and Gantt chart. Specifically, I want to give you some tips on how to get started with the specialized project management software you need to create the assignment. So if we look at the assignment instructions, this explains that the request for proposals, the RFP with which you're now familiar, doesn't really tell the contractor team what specifically they need to do. It describes the overall scope and deliverables, but it doesn't provide a specific set of tasks or a technological approach to accomplish the work. So it's up to the contractor, specifically the project manager that's leading the contractor team, to create a work breakdown structure, or WBS, that includes a hierarchical organization of tasks, top level or summary tasks, and subtasks, each with planned start and end dates, and that take into account the estimated durations of time to complete the work, keeping in mind constraints that may influence the start and completion of particular tasks. Scrolling down in the assignment a little bit, it mentions the fact that Microsoft Project is the preferred software product to use to create your WBS and Gantt chart. Microsoft Project is available to you through Penn State Software, and I've posted in the technical issues forum, I've posted a set of steps by which you can acquire Microsoft Project from the Penn State software store. So if you're running Microsoft Windows, you can acquire this software, install it, and be up and running to complete the assignment. If you're not running Microsoft Windows, if you're running a Macintosh, your alternative is a free and open source software package called Project Libre. Project Libre is available on for both Windows and Mac OS, and you can simply download it from their website, and you'll find also here's a link to a demo of the software. Project Libre has only a fraction of the capabilities of Microsoft Project. That's why we recommend that you use Microsoft Project, and much of this briefing will be about how to get started with that specialized software. Once you've acquired and installed Microsoft Project, you should follow this. Your next step should be to follow this link to linkedinlearning.psu.edu. Following that link, you'll get to the Penn State LinkedIn Learning site, into which you can log in using your Penn State credentials. Once inside, you should navigate your way to the Learning Microsoft Project learning module that I'm showing here. I'm going to demonstrate the parts of that should be most useful to you. I'm going to start by just playing Bonnie's video and audio introduction.
Suppose you've been assigned to manage a project and your company uses Microsoft Project. Project is a robust scheduling tool and, like many software products, has tons of bells and whistles to help you do your job. In this LinkedIn Learning course, we'll look at the bare bones basics for creating and tracking a simple project schedule. You'll get a chance to practice what you learn with the exercises at the end of almost every movie. You'll be able to get up to speed with Project quickly and start managing your current project. Hi, I'm Bonnie Biafor.
Bonnie Biafor really did a fine job with this introductory training session. I've taken the training and I found it very helpful. It got me up to speed with Microsoft Project when I was new to it, and I think it'll be very much worth your while as well. I'm going to run through without playing any more of Bonnie's voice, I'm going to run through quickly some of these the sections in this tutorial that you should pay particular attention to very briefly. The second movie, as she calls it, in her introductory module is what she calls a need to know. And need to know essentially is what you're learning in Geography 871. It's the basics of what project management is about and what project managers are responsible for doing. Once you've completed that brief introduction, you'll move on to a set of movies under Getting Started. First is the simple act of creating and saving a project. That is a project, Microsoft project file or .mpp file. And so you should follow along with this tutorial. And you'll see you'll have opportunities to do that and create your own Microsoft project file that embodies the content that Bonnie introduces. After creating and saving that project, you'll move on to creating a work calendar, keeping in mind that a project is a time-based activity. The first thing you have to do then is set up a calendar that's appropriate for the context of your particular project. And Bonnie will show you how to do that in this movie. Each of the sections of this training includes a feature that Bonnie calls a challenge, where you actually create what she has demonstrated using Microsoft Project yourself. That is the software that you got from Penn State Software. So let's move on from getting started to the kind of the heart of this demonstration, creating and modifying tasks. You'll see here that she shows you how you create tasks in Microsoft Project. And as you do so, you'll see those tasks begin to appear on the left half of the screen, which is the work breakdown structure. And as she adds tasks to the WBS, you'll see the Gantt chart on the right begin to take shape. There are tasks, and then there are tasks. Summary tasks are the top level tasks that organize all of the detailed tasks, of which there may be hundreds. So she will, in this second movie, in this section, she will show you how to create a summary task. She's doing that here now. She's assigning the subtasks, what will become subtasks. She's going to assign them to a summary task. And there she goes. And as you move through that movie, you'll see that as the summary tasks and subtasks begin to take shape in the WBS on the left, the beginnings of a Gantt chart take shape on the right. A next step that Bonnie introduces us to is the creation of milestones. There's one right there. A milestone is, you can think of it as a deadline. And so she'll be adding a number of those to this project. You'll add them to your own WBS and Gantt chart for the Metropolis project as well. The next movie, Putting Tasks into Sequence, refers to how you specify the relationships in time between individual tasks. And you can see up in here how dependencies between tasks have been defined. That is, one task doesn't start until another one is completed. And Bonnie will walk you through specifying a whole bunch of those dependencies. And as you define the dependencies, you create sequences of tasks. Next, she'll brief you on how to specify durations of tasks. Now we know the duration of the project as a whole. Ideally, Metropolis hopes it's going to be completed in 9 months or so. You have to sequence your tasks and set task durations such that you achieve that final milestone, the completion of the project, within that time frame. Now there are a couple more movies within this section. One is creating a task plan with Microsoft Copilot. This is kind of a glimpse into an emerging future of project management where project managers begin to collaborate with AI, in this case, Microsoft's proprietary AI with Copilot. This is beyond the scope of what we're going to do in Geography 871, but it might be worth your while to follow along with this to see kind of where things might be going. And I encourage you to play with Copilot if you have that installed. So those are the key sections: getting started, creating and modifying tasks. There are additional sections that you are certainly encouraged to work through, but assigning resources and communicating your plan are beyond the scope of Geography 871, beyond the scope of the Metropolis project. We're not encouraging you to attempt to assign resources, human resources and others, to your work breakdown structure. It will complicate things beyond what we have time to work through in this course. Now that you've seen the training and gotten a sense of what it's going to lead you to do, I want to show you a document. This is a Microsoft project document, a work breakdown structure on the left, and the very beginnings, the bones of a Gantt chart on the right, that are pertinent to the Metropolis project. If we go back now and take a look at the assignment instructions and scroll down, you'll see that there is a sample top-level task organization for the Metropolis project. These are the 11 top-level summary tasks that we're recommending you plan your project around. And if we'll go back to the Microsoft project file now, the template, this is a template that I've created for you that embodies those top-level summary tasks in a Microsoft project document. So I will share this with you in an attachment to the announcement where I'm sharing this briefing, and hopefully it will be useful to you. In addition to what everything, by the way, that I've done here are things that you can do after you've done the training, done Bonnie's training from LinkedIn Learning. I do want to add one thing, though, that she doesn't cover, and that has to do with this task here, this summary task called Ongoing Project Monitoring and Administration. Well, you may want to, under that summary task, you may want to create a subtask that recurs in time. For example, perhaps you might want to organize monthly all-hands meetings involving the city team and the contractor team. Let me show you how to do that, and I think you should plan to add one or more recurring tasks in your own project, your own work breakdown structure. So to do that, I'm going to go to Task. I'm going to scroll over to the Task dropdown, and I'm going to select Recurring Task. Let's call this All Hands Meetings, and let's have them recur monthly on the first Monday of each month. And let's have them end after 9 occurrences, and that reflects our target project duration of 9 months. I'll click OK, and now you can see that the 9 all-hands meetings have been scheduled and appear in the Gantt chart as well as in the work breakdown structure. So that's just a little additional technique that that I hope that you'll find useful for your own work breakdown structure and Gantt chart in Microsoft Project. With that, I'm going to take you on now and show you just quickly just a couple of exemplars. These are student projects that created by recent Geography 871 students who had no prior experience with project management, nor had they any experience with the Microsoft Project software. And they came up with some really quite impressive project plans, specifically work breakdown structure and Gantt chart. Let me scroll over so you can see the Gantt chart part of this. Altogether, this student identified nearly 200 tasks to realize the Metropolis Geodatabase project. In general, you should aim for between a very minimum of 100 and 200, up to 200 tasks. Some students have identified 400 and more tasks, but that's kind of going crazy. Yeah, you don't need to do that. If you can get between 100 and 200 tasks that lead to the successful completion of your project, you will have done well. I want to take just an additional moment here to show you an exemplar using the alternative software package I mentioned, Project Libre, the free and open source software that's available both for Windows and for Mac OS. And you can see that this student, who again had no prior experience with project management or with this particular software environment, created a really fully conceived project plan, which is reflected in this work breakdown structure and Gantt chart. So whichever software package you choose, Project Libre or ideally Microsoft Project, you should be able to create a project assignment that is of comparable sophistication to these. And I believe you all can. So taking us back to the assignment instructions, that's what I hope you'll be able to accomplish in this assignment. I hope this briefing was useful, and I hope that you'll let me know if there's anything else I can do to help you succeed.